Hey there, history buffs, curious minds, and everyone who just stumbled upon this video by accident. Whether you're here because you love history or you just clicked on this out of sheer curiosity, you're in for a treat. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of the entire history of the world. Imagine this as a time-traveling adventure where we hop from one significant event to another, exploring the milestones that have shaped our existence. Think of it as a crash course, a greatest hits compilation, or maybe a desperate attempt to make sense of the chaotic mess that is our past. We'll dive into the rise and fall of empires, the groundbreaking inventions, and the pivotal moments that have defined humanity. From the Big Bang to the invention of the internet, we'll be covering it all. We'll explore the mysteries of the universe, the dawn of civilization, the revolutions that changed the world, and the technological advancements that have brought us to where we are today. And hopefully we'll get a few laughs along the way. History doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun, engaging, and even humorous. We'll share some of the quirkiest and most amusing anecdotes from the past that you probably didn't learn in school. So grab your snacks, settle in, and prepare to be amazed, amused, and maybe even slightly educated. This journey through time is going to be a roller coaster of knowledge, filled with fascinating stories, surprising facts, and a whole lot of fun. Let's dive in and explore the incredible history of our world together.
First things first, the universe decided to exist. Boom! Big Bang! In a fraction of a second, everything we know and everything we don't know was set into motion. Galaxies, stars, planets, all began their cosmic dance. It's like the universe threw the ultimate party and invited everyone. The Big Bang wasn't just an explosion, it was the birth of everything. Imagine the greatest fireworks show ever, but on an unimaginable scale. Scientists call it rapid expansion, we call it a Thursday. But this wasn't your average Thursday. This was the Thursday that set the stage for everything. Scientists in labs today try to understand those first moments, peering back in time with telescopes and equations. They look at the stars and wonder about our cosmic origins, piecing together the story of how we came to be. It's a mystery that keeps them up at night, and us too sometimes. Then, Earth formed. It was a hot mess, literally. Picture a world covered in molten lava, volcanic eruptions everywhere, and a landscape that looked more like a scene from a sci-fi movie than the home we know today. The early Earth was a chaotic place, constantly reshaping itself with violent geological activity. It was a world in flux, a planet still finding its identity. Volcanoes, lava, you wouldn't last 5 minutes without sunscreen. The air was thick with toxic gases, and the ground was a searing hotbed of activity. It was an environment where only the toughest could survive. But from this fiery crucible, life began to emerge. Tiny organisms that could withstand the heat and harsh conditions started to appear, setting the stage for the incredible diversity of life that would follow. Dinosaurs showed up, ate everything, fought each other. These massive creatures roamed the earth, dominating the landscape for millions of years. They were the rulers of their time, with some species growing to enormous sizes. Their reign was marked by constant battles for survival, both against each other and the environment. It was a world where only the strongest and most adaptable thrived. They were basically the Kardashians of the prehistoric world. Social creatures with complex behaviors, they formed groups, had social hierarchies, and even engaged in what we might call dinosaur drama. Their interactions were fascinating, and scientists today study their fossils to understand how they lived and interacted. It's a prehistoric soap opera that played out over millions of years. Then, poof, asteroid, dinosaurs gone. In an instant, their reign came to a dramatic end. The asteroid impact was a cataclysmic event that changed the course of Earth's history. It caused massive fires, tsunamis, and a nuclear winter that wiped out most of the life on the planet. But from this destruction, new opportunities arose. The stage was set for the rise of mammals and eventually humans. Tragic, but it opened up some prime real estate for a certain species we might know. With the dinosaurs gone, mammals began to flourish. They evolved and diversified, filling the ecological niches left vacant by the dinosaurs. Over millions of years, these mammals would give rise to primates, and eventually to us. The lush landscapes that emerged after the asteroid impact provided the perfect environment for early humans to thrive. And so, the story of our ancestors began, in a world transformed by catastrophe and rebirth. Enter stage-left humans. Well, not quite humans yet, more like hairy, hunched-over figures trying to figure out fire. Spoiler alert, they succeeded. They invented the wheel, agriculture, and those weird cave paintings that still confuse art critics today. Early humans were busy, inventing civilization and all. It's a tough job, but someone had to do it. Fast forward a few thousand years, and bam! Empires are everywhere. Egypt, Rome, the Mongols, everyone wanted a piece of the world domination pie. They built impressive buildings, wrote laws, and generally tried to outdo each other in the who's the most powerful competition. It was basically a reality show with togas and chariots.
Section 5, the Middle Ages. It wasn't all bad except the plague, the Middle Ages, a time of knights, castles, and oh yeah, the Black Death. Not exactly the best time to be alive unless you were a rat. On the bright side, we got some cool cathedrals and the Magna Carta out of it, so it wasn't all bad, just mostly.
Section 6. Exploration and colonization, new worlds, same old problems. Remember when Europeans discovered America? Well, it was already discovered, but let's not get bogged down in details. Exploration and colonization were all the rage. New lands, new resources, new ways to exploit people. Progress, huh? Section 7. Industrial Revolution. Machines, factories, and other fun stuff. Next up, the Industrial Revolution. Machines, factories, and the rise of capitalism. It was a time of great innovation, but also a lot of pollution and child labor. Oops. But hey, we got cars, phones, and the internet out of it. So it's all good, right?
Section 8. The 20th century and beyond. From world wars to the internet. The 20th century was a wild ride. 2 world wars, the Cold War, the moon landing, the invention of the internet. It was like someone put history on fast forward. We made incredible advancements in technology, medicine, and human rights, but we also created new problems like climate change and social media addiction. The irony.
Section 9. History, a hilarious tragedy in progress. History is often seen as a grand narrative of human achievement, but it's also filled with moments of sheer absurdity and unexpected twists. So there you have it. From the rise and fall of empires to the everyday lives of ordinary people, history is a tapestry woven with threads of both brilliance and folly. The entire history of the world in a nutshell. It's a complex and fascinating journey that has brought us to where we are today. It's a story of progress and setbacks, of triumphs and tragedies, of moments that have defined civilizations and those that have nearly destroyed them, of innovation and utter stupidity. For every groundbreaking invention, there's been a spectacular failure, reminding us that progress is never a straight line. But most importantly, it's our story, a collective narrative that includes every single one of us, regardless of where we come from or what we believe. And as we've seen, it's still being written. Each day we add new chapters, filled with our hopes, dreams, and sometimes our missteps. So let's try to make the next chapter a good one, shall we? No pressure. After all, the future is in our hands, and we have the power to shape it for the better.